Hello and welcome back to Simon Outdoors. This is really not going to plan today. Right, try and start again. Unfortunately, the box is open now. I opened that with this really old Opinel knife that I've had donkey's years. I used to use it for all sorts of things, and yeah, this. In the last video, I did tell you why the handle's worn down. That's because the blade's worn down, so you can get the handle out. Oh, I'll not go on with that story. Right, I was going to do this video downstairs, but the family was too noisy, so I went outside. But because everyone's at home with the coronavirus, it's too noisy outside, so I came upstairs. I've opened the box and discovered there was an extra item in the box than the two I was going to tell you about. And it put me in a position. I was like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I say?" And I didn't want to carry on. I thought, well, I'll stop recording and I'll start again. So it's an unboxing video, but the box has been opened and one item has been taken out, which I am very, very grateful for. And I'll be showing on photographs and testing as well. But I know it's going to be great. Right, so basically I discovered this company. Apologies for handshaking. Camera stand is there. Obviously, I'm on the bed, so the bed's wobbling, and I get the shakes anyway. I discovered this company about 3 or 4 years ago when looking at different products. So let's open this up, and then we can talk about what those products were. The company I discovered was Samurai Saws. Okay, I had used a very cheap, like £5 folding saw that you get from like Wilkinson's, that sort of thing. I'll try and use two hands now to hold my phone so it don't wobble as much. And I used that for a while, but it just didn't have the biting power, the cutting power, and it was just so much effort to cut anything of any size. So then, like everybody else, like sheep, we went out there, went to the first ever bushcraft show that I went to, and I spent about £22 on a Baco Laplander. And I'm like, oh yeah, great, I've got this Laplander. And I was cutting with it, and it was an improvement from the little cheap folding saw that I'd had before. Then I'd heard about this company, this really expensive company called Silky, who makes saws, and gigantic folding saws, which are like a meter long, crazy. And they were sending them out to big YouTubers and stuff like that. But I just couldn't afford a Samurai. I couldn't afford a Silky saw. And the more I researched online of other Japanese saws, because I knew Silky was Japanese, and you can see there, look, this one's Japanese, and I was looking, I was thinking, well, surely these countries knock out loads of tools, loads of products, and I discovered that another saw maker called Samurai Saws was also from Japan and was also around half the price on some of their products than Silky Saw. So I looked it up and I discovered this company called samuraisaws.co.uk. And I know the chap. I'll not give you his name because you can look him up. Go on samuraisaws.co.uk. They're also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I don't do Twitter. Well, all right, I'll tell you his name. His name's John Oliver, okay? And if you go to the company, tell him Simon Outdoors sent you. Tell him you've seen Simon Outdoors' video, okay? Right, so I use these products, these saws, let's not call them products anymore, the saws, these tools. I use these tools for about 3 to 4 years, and in my last job, when I worked in the forest, I used them every single day. I also had the sheath. I didn't order the sheath this time because I'll show the paperwork. Look, I paid because everybody's in the same boat. We're all struggling with this coronavirus. So I was just going to order the one saw. And then I thought, well, while I'm paying for postage, I'll order a second one, which I'll show you in a second. So anyway, I sold a lot of my tools to go back self-employed locksmithing. That's what I'm doing now. Well, that's what I was doing 4 weeks ago until the work stopped because of the coronavirus. But to get all my tools, I didn't want a business loan like I did years ago when I was self-employed. So what I did is I sold near enough anything that I'd got of value. I sold my homemade blacksmith forge, my welding tackle, every single saw that I had, a lot of the bushcraft equipment, tents, all sorts of things, tools, spanners, socket sets, toolboxes, all sorts. I can't remember what exactly I sold, but I sold near enough everything. And at the end of it, yes, it really helped kickstart my business, but it left me with nothing, to where I've got a joinery, a normal joinery saw, and nothing to take in the woods with me. So while we've been off at this time, I've been watching YouTube and going out regular walks in the woods and really enjoying it. And I've seen all the damage that's been left by the Forestry Commission. I thought, well, if I had a saw, I could have cut a piece of that damaged oak that's just ripped and left on floor, brought it home and carved something. It's something to do. It's a project. Well, the other day I carved a wand out of a piece of really seasoned hazel that I had on the back garden. It was hard work, I tell you that. My hands were killing. They're dry anyway because of all this constant hand washing, and I do have some splits in my thumbs. You're probably not going to pick them up with a camera, but anyway. So it was really hard pushing on the blade, carving some seasoned wood. We're in April now, and the difficulty is it's brilliant to work with green wood for wood carving, but it dries out so fast and then it'll split, and we don't want splits. We want it to look nice. So working with seasoned wood is great, but you're going to use more energy to do that. So I tend to do my wood carving in wintertime, where I can start the carving in the woods, I can bring it home, finish it, I can get it oiled, and it's done. It's no problem. But anyway, I wanted to order a saw again so that me and my son could go out and collect some wood to do some crafts. And I thought, I know exactly what I'm going to get. This is what I carried on my side for about the year and 3/4 I worked in the forest until it was time to move. And it's a fantastic saw. The cutting action compared to a Laplander is just incredible. Something you need to know about samurai saws is, just like silky saws, they cut on the pullback action, not the pushing forward action. Okay, and you might think, oh, that's going to be a bit weird, because I'm used to cutting both ways. But it's actually, with the design of these teeth, it cuts faster than a Laplander. I think years ago on my YouTube channel, maybe about 2 years ago now, I did a test, and I think it was the other saw that's in here. I did a test and I counted so many seconds. I think it was 25 seconds, and the Laplander cut an inch, and the other saw, which is slightly longer than this one, this is 240mm long, as you can see up there. It's called the FC240. So folding saw 240. Or folding curved 240. Okay. And so with a Laplander, I cut about an inch in 25 seconds. And in about the same time, I cut 3 inches with the other saw. Okay. Yes, it is a little bit longer, but it's just totally fantastic. I was going to say awesome then, but fantastic. So this is the 240 look. Yes, it is plastic, but it is a really hard plastic. And just like Silkies, you can get replacement blades for all of their saws. Okay, you can get sheaths to fit these saws as well. It's a plastic sheath. Okay. I don't want to keep saying okay a lot. Right, so that's that saw. One thing I want to say about these is, yes, your Bahco Laplander, it's all green and that sort of thing. These saws are not like targeted like Bahco Laplanders targeted for bushcrafters, say. These are proper workman's saws, for arborists, tree surgeons, who want a really good tool. So when they're up that tree, they need the tool to do the job. They need to rely on that tool. It's not like a toy tool, like a cheap folding saw. These are fantastic, and that's what I'm going to say. And I'll stick by that, and that's why I've ordered them again. So, in here, we've got the big boy. But actually, this isn't the biggest. I didn't see it on the website, but last year at the Bushcraft Show, I think it was, they had something even bigger than this. Yes. Oh, look at it. Shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny. Right, let's try and get this out this sheath. Okay, so when it's clipped to your belt, because this is brilliant, you can leave this on your belt, press these, there we go, and take it off your belt. Now do that. Listen, this is experience talking here. If you're going to get in a vehicle, don't think I'll just swing it because it's on a pivot. It's stiff at the minute, but it'll loosen up because it does. I've had experience. I've had 2 other of these saws that I had to sell. If you're going to get in a vehicle, don't swing it up and think I'll move it out the way. It'll be fine. Because it happened to me. You jump in the vehicle, and it's that time that you jump in the vehicle and forget to swing it up at the side of your leg, and it swings underneath you. You sit on it and it'll break. Okay, so remember, if you're going to get in the vehicle, just detach it and put it on your lap, put it in the footwell, put it somewhere. All right, but don't sit on it. Okay, so got a little bit of a thumb press here, just like on a Mora when you're getting your knife out the sheath. So it comes out really, really nice. Let's give it a bit of a jiggle. So this is the C330, so curved 330. The blade is 330 millimeters long and is razor sharp. This is like a hot knife through butter. It's like a chainsaw through wood. Almost. Yes, obviously I've got to put some work in it, into cutting, but there's nowhere near as much work as what you think there would be. The size of trees that I have brought down. I have brought seasoned oak trees that long down. That was dead at the top. I've brought them down. I did it at one of my woodland permissions. I think I even took photographs of the saw standing on top of the stump that I'd cut, and it did it. I mean, these are ideally meant for green wood, but they will cut all woods. I've tested it. I've cut no end of wood. When I worked in the forest, cut no end of oak. When I was making my homemade charcoal and things like that. These are fantastic. So the saw that I'm going to be taking out with us today will be the FC240. Okay, well actually, I think for the bag size we're going to take, something else came. And I'll show you what else came. This is what I took out the packet. And I've not had one of these because I've always gone for the full big version, the big heavy duty, let's get the job done version. And I've got the smaller one here. So I've got the FC 180. There you go. Obviously, when you look at the packet, the saw blade looks like it's sticking out a bit, but that's the moulding in the packet. You can see there. So that blade, don't worry, does go into the handle. Okay, it's fine. It's brilliant. I've used it without a sheath, carrying it in a bag, and I've used it in the plastic sheath that you can get. I chose not to get the sheath this time because it's going to be in a backpack, because I'm walking to the woods to do some craft work, to collect some wood, that sort of thing. And eventually, when we can all go out and enjoy the woodlands again, I'll probably get a sheath then when I've got a permission again, a woodland permission to go to. So I think we'll be taking this one out today. I just put the two together to compare size. But yeah, I'm really happy with Samurai Saws. This is a brand, a company I will stick with. I will definitely recommend. Like I showed you there, I bought these saws, and I'm really grateful to John Oliver. I'm going to test this one out. So, well, I've run out of stuff to say. I just think they're great, and I'm really glad to have a tool that I can get working again with. I can get busy. So, I've talked too much. You've seen the saws. Go and check out their website, samuraisaws.co.uk. John Oliver's the chap who looks after all that. They are open for business. They are open. And they send out first class. So I ordered this, was it not yesterday, the day before, but it was like last thing at night I ordered it online. You can do it all online, and it's quite easy. So take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.